The special meeting is called to order. Madam Clerk, call the roll, see if we have a quorum.
Judge Rutherford.
Present.
Master Anderson. Here. Master Johnson is not here. Master Murphy. Here. Master Robinson. Here. Master Dotson.
Here.
Master Harris is not here. We do have a quorum.
We have a quorum. We'll have now the Pledge of Allegiance by Master Murphy.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty.
We have very little on the agenda. I would like to acknowledge the receipt of the 2014 Pikeville Independent School tax rate, and I'd like to emphasize that the Fiscal Court does not set the tax rates, as used to be the law many years ago. Do I have a motion to acknowledge? Motion by Magistrate Murphy, second by Magistrate Robinson. Madam Clerk, have a roll call vote.
Master Anderson. Master Johnson is absent. Master Murphy. Master Robinson. Master Dotson.
Yes.
Master Harris is absent. Judge Rutherford.
We need to authorize the listing of all taxing district rates and fire protection rates on one court order. Do I have a motion?
Judge, I've got a question on all this takes in there. It says all taxing districts. Does that mean conservation and library and?
That's those districts. Mr. County Attorney.
Master Dotson, this is just basically a recap of what this court has already done, but instead of doing it on numerous orders, it's been the custom of this court and the clerk of this court, Ms. Farley, to do these on one order for submission to Frankfurt. It's just a housekeeping matter, really.
No, the fire protection rate, what's that come in?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Fire protection rate,
It's the same, it's been like .002 per acreage, because we have to pay a fire protection to the state.
To the state.
that's all I have.
Okay. Have a motion, have a second. Madam Clerk, have a roll call vote, please.
Master Anderson.
Yes.
Master Murphy. Master Robinson. Master Dotson.
Yes.
Judge Rutherford.
Yes. Madam Treasurer, we're going to go to Treasurer's business before we get what we're here for actually today. But we're going to go to Treasurer's business. You had, I think, 3 or 4 things that.
Authorize any necessary transfers and interfund transfers to pay these bills, payroll, health, and life insurance.
Do you have a motion, please?
Motion.
Motion, Magistrate Anderson, second, Magistrate Robinson. Madam Clerk, have a roll call vote, please.
Master Anderson.
Yes.
Master Murphy. Master Robinson. Master Dotson.
Yes.
Judge Rutherford.
Yes.
Authorize the following checks: the Pikeville Accounting and Tax Associates, a grand total of $11,275 for professional services through September 15th, 2014, for the preparation of the sheriff's settlement and reports for real property taxes for the tax year 2013 in the amount of $8,450. Preparation of the sheriff's settlement and reports for the unmined coal tax for the tax year 2013 in the amount of $2,825. This comes out of the sheriff's supplement. The Appalachian Newspapers Incorporated, legal notice, the county delinquent taxes for 2013 before the clerk sells them in the amount of $20,046.60. I also need to add under additional treasurer's business and an Appalachian News Express Incorporated, legal notice for the 2013 unmined coal, which will come out in tomorrow's paper in the amount of $950.90. J&M Monitoring Incorporated passed through the NRCS when received for work at 210 Winds Branch, Pikeville, Kentucky, in the amount of $6,000.
Any questions? No question. Have a motion. Have a motion, Magistrate Anderson. Have a second, Magistrate Murphy. Madam Clerk, have a roll call vote.
Master Anderson.
Yes.
Master Murphy. Yes. Master Robinson. Master Dotson.
Yes.
Judge Rutherford.
Yes.
I have no further business, Judge.
Thank you, Madam Treasurer. Purpose of this meeting is the emergency call meeting to adopt a resolution to extend the road number CR 3455 Johnson Bottom Road of Long Fork. The purpose of this is attempting to assist, and there's 62 jobs involved. I'm going to ask the county attorney to read for us and to give a little explanation, but it is important that we keep our coal miners working, and that's the purpose of this emergency meeting, to try to make sure. And the county attorney will tell you there are 2 property owners on this road. Mr. Hatcher has been involved, the road commissioner, and the county attorney's office and others. Mr. County Attorney.
Thank you, Judge. This is a proposed 332 feet extension on the end of existing CR 3455, the Johnson Bottom Long Fork Road. That is a county road that is about 9/10 of a mile. And all this court will be doing is adding on the end of that 332 feet. I've not been on that, but am told it is a good blacktop road. I have a viewer's report executed by H. Frank Hatcher, our road commissioner, and Jimmy Kaiser, an employee of this county, who have viewed this road on the 21st day of September of this year, and have reported that it serves one property, and that's a coal company. There is, however, a home, and I think we have a picture of that on the monitor that this road also serves. That's it right there on the monitor. That home, Judge and members of the court, is owned by Bradley Johnson and Kathy Johnson. That is the viewer's report. This road is purported to be 30 feet wide with a right-of-way of 30 feet, which complies with the Pike County ordinance regarding adoption of county road. There is another viewer's report of the same date, 9/21, on Johnson Bottom, CR 3455, and it recommends the same viewers, H. Frank Hatcher, Jimmy Kaiser, that it be accepted in the county road system. I'll pass this viewer's report to you, Judge, and ask that you make that a part of this record. We have, Judge, to comply with the ordinance that's been adopted into the Pike County Code as to how we take roads into the system. We have a letter from Tico Coal Premier Elkhorn. That's a letter dated September 23rd, 2014, addressed to you with regard to this road, requesting as one of the abutting property owners that this 332 feet be incorporated into the road system. And importantly, for the members of this court and for the record, Judge, Premier Elkhorn Coal Company agrees in that letter, and I'll quote, "Further, Premier Elkhorn Coal Company will continue to maintain the road as long as it continues to be used to haul coal," close quote. So that was part of the agreement that we had with this coal company. If we said, if we're going to take it in, you're going to have to maintain it as long as you haul on that, and they have given us assurances in writing that they will do so. Also, Judge, in addition to the letter from Premier Elkhorn Coal Company and Pike Litcher Land Company, one of the abutting owners of property we have, and the magistrates will have in their packet, a letter dated September 21, 2014, also addressed to you as Judge Executive regarding this same road, and they request in this letter that the fiscal court give favorable consideration to extending the county road approximately 300 feet. Of course, we're going to do it 332 feet further up the existing paved road on Sycamore Branch to the existing culvert. So that's what we're doing. 2 property owners, abutting property owners involved, both have agreed, and we have an agreement to take care of maintenance. Judge, Normally, we would do this in the acceptable manner of doing business that provided by our ordinance, but state law, KRS 67.078, parentheses 2, allows this court to take emergency measures anytime there is an emergency, that is with regard to the adoption of an ordinance. To do that, this court has to declare that an emergency exists. You might recall that we did that not long ago, Madam Treasurer, with regard to a budget bill that we didn't have time to advertise on 2 occasions. We just simply had the first and second reading as one reading, and the court unanimously adopted that. That's what we're doing here, and I have a ordinance prepared, Judge, if I may read it with your permission. This will be, it's short, and I'll just read it in its entirety. Pike County Fiscal Court, ordinance number blank, whereas it has been determined to be in the best interest of the public for the Pike County Fiscal Court to formally accept public roads into the official county road system, and whereas KRS 178.0101, parentheses 1, parentheses B, defines a county road as a public road which has been accepted by the fiscal court of a county into the county road system. And whereas, pursuant to KRS 67.078, paren 2, the fiscal court has declared an emergency to exist if the Johnson Bottom Long Fork CR 3455 road is not extended 332 feet from the end of the present county road in the Pike County system for the following reasons. Number 1, approximately 62 coal miners working at a mine which is served by this road may be required to cease working for several months. And number 2, Pike County will suffer a substantial loss of coal severance tax revenue by reason of the mine being served by this road being forced to shut down. Now, therefore, be it ordained by the Fiscal Court of Pike County, Commonwealth of Kentucky, Section 1, that the following road, being public in nature, be and the same is hereby formally and officially accepted into the Pike County road system, and shall hereafter be a part of said system. The road is in District 2. The road name is the Johnson Bottom Long Fork Road, and the length to be added, Judge, is 332 feet added to the end of the existing CR 3455 Johnson Bottom Long Fork Road, adopted by the Fiscal Court the 23rd day of September 2014. Judge, that will require a motion, a second, and a majority vote.
Any questions or statements from any member of the court?
Judge, just a
Motion.
little, one correction on county attorney. I thought I heard you say it was 9/10 mile long. It's only 1/10 plus this 332 feet, and there's 6 homes up in there.
Well, there's
Hold on, Sycamore Fork.
I stand corrected. It's 1/10, the existing road, and we're adding to that 1/10, 332 feet. The 6 homes that you mentioned are on the 1/10 that's already in the county road. There's only 1 home on the extension, and that is the home that you just saw, the home we have permission as a budding property owner to take in. Thank you,
Madam
Judge.
Clerk, did you understand that for the record?
I'll
Madam
make a
Clerk,
motion.
I'll give you the copy of 2 viewers' reports that you make a part of this physical court's record. I'll also hand you the letter from TICO, the 2 property owners, and the letter from Bradley Johnson and Kathy Johnson for part of the record. Madam Clerk, have a roll call vote, please.
Second.
Second. Second.
Have a motion, second. Madam Clerk, roll call vote.
Master Anderson,
Yes.
Master Murphy,
Yes.
Master Robinson, Master Dodson.
Yes.
Judge Ruth.
Yes. One thing that we have today, and Jeannie and Dan have reminded me, tomorrow is a very important day. We're blessed in this county, and these directors, commissioners know that, of county employees, second to none, the job that they do. And tomorrow is the Service Awards Day and Picnic, and the city has always been gracious to us to use the city park. And matter of fact, they have good food. And the employees for their hard work are recognized and given a half a day off, Paul. So it's a great day for us. A fun day. I know some days are not fun for any of the people who work for the county, but tomorrow is one of those days that everybody needs to, as Jeannie said, come and relax and we're just blessed. And tomorrow you will see that, gosh, a good example is our road department. Last year I remember Judge Pruitt that most of those employees had 13 and 14 years. And this county is a good place to work. The pay is comparable or a little bit better than the state. And I've said this before. Governor Patton, when he was judge executive, realized that. And that's the reason that he put the salaries higher, a little bit higher than they did for the state, because we was a training area for the state to hire employees away from us. So we changed that, and what a county government that we have. It's a working government. It gets the job done, and that is a task, as you magistrates know, in a county that's mountainous terrain, geographically challenging, and with about 1,200 miles of roads. And what a job our solid waste people do in picking up 23,000 plus homes and businesses, and what our road department does, and all of our departments do, and what our public works does and are doing even today out there. So tomorrow is a day that we all need to come, and the magistrate needs to come and help and welcome everybody. And so, do we have anything else to announce, Dan? I think that was probably what we had today, to not take up any more of the time. Matter of fact, I have a doctor's appointment to go to when I leave here. So if there are no other questions or statements, does any of the commissioners or directors have anything you need to take up with the special meeting? We can't take anything up. It's not on the agenda, but if you have any questions, we're available for you to ask, or we'll be here when the gavel goes down. That's available to you. So thank you all. This was an important meeting. We realize that we got to keep what's happened to our coal industry. The Obama EPA has really hit us hard, and we've gone from 32 million tons of coal, which is high, to 10.8 last year, and they were looking at closing the coal plant in Lawrence County. And of course, part of the coal that goes to that plant, about half of it, comes from Booth Energy in this county. So we'll go on down. But the price of natural gas has been up. So that's the reason that our severance tax, that we're able to balance it out as our coal tax goes down. We've come back up from $1.97 low on natural gas to it runs around 3.80, 3.8, or it has got over 5 twice in the last 3 months, the last quarter. So thank you all. It shows that this court is interested in jobs, and that we want to protect these coal miners and their families, and it means something to the taxpayers of this county because of the coal severance tax that's generated. So thank you all for understanding and attending. And as we know, we wish Magistrate Vernon Johnson the best. He had the stent placed in his kidney, and he wasn't supposed to be out yesterday, and Hatch got on him, but he showed up down here yesterday, and Hatch said, "I thought the doctor told you to not be stirring around." He said he did, but he was interested in this situation. And ironically, that was some of his family, his grandfather's property, the Johnson property up there. So thank you all for understanding and attending, and as you always have done, in regard to jobs and for the best interest of the county. Thank you, and God bless. We'll have a motion to adjourn. Motion by Magistrate Murphy, second by Magistrate Robinson. Have a roll call vote, please.
Magistrate Anderson, Magistrate Murphy, Magistrate Robinson, Magistrate Dodson,
Yes.
Judge Rutherford.
Yes.